woke up next to my wife, who I'd never met before, in the bed I hadn't been sleeping in. She opened her eyes, stretched out, then kissed me on the cheek, the same way she didn't every morning. In the corner of the room, a white smudge writhed and pulsated. Before I could sit up to get a better look, my unfamiliar daughter burst into the room shouting, "Wake up, Dad. It's time to go to the park." It was the weekend, after all, and not once had I visited the park we went to every Saturday. Okay, let's go get ready. As I stood in the kitchen, staring out the window, I saw the blur floating in the backyard. I pulled back the curtain to get a better look. My wife hugged me from behind and lay her head against my shoulder. "You okay? You seem a little distracted." I shouldn't have known she'd pick up on it. "Yeah, fine. Just tired." Something wasn't right. Everything felt familiar, but I'd never seen any of it before. I loaded what weren't my things into what wasn't my car, and we headed to the park for a family day out. Whether or not it was my family, I hadn't decided yet. Every so often, the blur crept back into my vision. The more I focused on it, the larger it grew, until all around it, the lines of reality blurred. As they receded into nothingness, for some reason, I was drawn towards it. But before the void could envelop me completely, my family grabbed me by the hands. When I looked back, they became nothing more than an unfinished abstract painting. They cried and begged me not to go. It would kill me to leave them behind. They were all I'd ever wanted, but nothing I'd ever had. I loved them more than words could say. But this wasn't my family. It was a mistake, an accident, a lie. I wiped a tear away from the eye of the girl who wasn't my daughter and said, "This isn't right. I have to go. I'm sorry. I love you." I turned and walked into a blank space. As I did, the edges of my body broke into tiny fragments and scattered until I disappeared completely. Now I had no wife, no daughter, and no physical form. I took a deep breath with the lungs I didn't have. Bear with me, Mr. Taylor. I'm trying to figure out what went wrong and make the necessary adjustments. I tried to speak, but instead created a swirling packet of buzzing electrons. Please hurry. I want to be with them again, as soon as possible. Of course, Mr. Taylor. Okay. All done. Hopefully this time, your subconscious will accept the simulation. Going again in 3, 2. I woke up next to my wife. She opened her eyes, stretched out, then kissed me on the cheek, the same way she did every morning. Click. Julia tapped the flashlight icon on her phone. Click. Daniel sat up on the bed and shielded his eyes from the light. What are you doing? Julia wandered around the room, searching along the walls. Something's making a clicking noise. Click. See? Daniel groaned. Oh, come on. We've been traveling all day. Just come to bed already. Click. Not until I find whatever's making that damn noise. You're freaking me out over nothing. It's because you saw that centipede earlier. It was bigger than my arm, Daniel. Daniel laughed and lay back down. Whatever you say. Look, the bugs here are huge, okay? I won't be able to sleep, knowing there's one crawling around in here. Fine. Good night. Sleep tight. Daniel yawned and closed his eyes. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Click. Julia grunted and clenched her fist. She scanned the floor, checked every corner of the room, and looked under the bed. Nothing. Click. She shook Daniel awake. Get up. Come on. Up, up, up. Daniel blinked open his eyes. What is it? It has to be on the bed. I've looked everywhere else. Oh, come on. I was only joking. There's no bed bugs. Up. Reluctantly, Daniel climbed to his feet. Julia tossed the blankets aside. Daniel leaned against the wall and rubbed his eyes. See? Nothing. Can I go back to sleep yet? Not yet. Julia stripped the seats off the mattress. This mattress is really old. Look, it's all torn. Who cares? You can barely see it. Can I sleep now? Yeah, hang on. I'll grab the blanket. It must have scurried off. Daniel half-heartedly pulled the sheets up and fell onto the bed. Or maybe it's one of those burrower insects that hides and waits for the right moment to attack. It could be under the bed, or once we fall asleep, I already checked down there. Nice try though. Daniel grinned. Damn, thought I had you. Okay, well, good night. I love you. I love you too. Julia listened carefully as she surveyed the room one last time. No more clicks, just the sound of Daniel snoring. She switched off the light, felt around for the mattress, then lay on her side and closed her eyes. Click. Julia sighed. Click. Just ignore it, she thought. Click, click, click. Something tapped Julia on the back. Stop it, Daniel. Click, click, click. It tapped her again. Daniel, stop. Weren't you complaining about being tired like 2 minutes ago? Click, click, click. It poked the top of Julia's head hard. Ow, Daniel, what the hell? When Julia rolled over and switched on the light, she saw 6 huge, segmented appendages had extended out of the slits in the mattress and were probing the room. Julia screamed. Before she could scramble away, the appendages wrapped around her and Daniel and pulled them inside the bed at lightning speed. The mattress writhed and squirmed, then went perfectly still, leaving the slit practically unnoticeable. Click.